reconnect, yada yada, but obviously dropping a million frames all the time. Yeah. Okay, I don't know why it would be this bad all of a sudden. YouTube is sending data, whole thing broke, everything broke. Everything broke. Is it still losing frames? No. I think it's stabilized now, guys. So hopefully I come back online and everything. Like stabilized. Yeah, I'm 16 seconds of streaming though. Hey Cowboy. Hey Cowboy. I think I'm fine now. Guys, I think refresh. I think I'm fine. Tell people refresh. I'm fine. I'm looking at the things. I think I'm fine. Connection health is excellent. Yes. Oh, but the YouTube might be gone, right? I might have to. I don't know if the YouTube came back or if I made a new video or what. Let me leave it internet shit, bro. No, I'm on there. It's on there. It's working. Okay. I'm looking at the things. I think I'm fine. Yeah, I think it's fine. The mouse is like stuck to my thing. No, I'm on there. Yeah, it works. Hey Ryan. Hey guys, refresh. She'll be good now. Okay. Alright, here we go. This is the thing I want to talk about. Start the conversation with. Now, of course, this is a big... Do you guys know about the Sorcerer Circle? Do you know what the Sorcerer Circle is? Okay, the Sorcerer Circle is a political concept. I wonder if I could get the robot to, like... Maybe I write a thing on the political circle, and then... I mean, the Sorcerer Circle, and then I feed it to the robot, or maybe there's already something written on it. But the Sorcerer Circle is like this. What you do is, for political, any kind of like political move, political power, what you do is you don't like push your agenda. That's not what you do. That's not what you do. What you do instead is you work people up over stupid things, right? Which you know is going to split the room. You know it's going to work on both sides of the aisle. You know it's going to, like, for example, abortion or SNAP, like any of these things that are issues, that are big issues. You pick that issue, right? You don't really care about the issue. The point is to mobilize people in one side and then the other side too, and then to capitalize on that power. So like some of the older ones were like the trans bathroom stuff, the trans sports stuff. All these topics, you think people are just talking about them organically. Not true. Not true. That's not at all what's happening. No. Put this on music while I talk for a minute. You think that's what's happening. You think people just have to talk about this. No, that's not what's happening. What's happening is people are puppets, and they're talking about it to get other people worked up about it. So then political factions, economic factions, what do you call the factions, can capitalize on it. And capitalize on the fight. That's the whole goal. That's the Sorcerer Circle. The Sorcerer Circle has two sides. There's the positive side and has a negative side, a positive polarity and a negative polarity, and it requires both. That's the thing people don't get. People go like, I need to stand up, I need to fight it. No, you're wrong. You're fooled. You got tricked. That's exactly what they want you to think. Is like, I need to speak up, and then get on the other side of the Sorcerer Circle instead of confronting the real issues. As long as you're in the Sorcerer Circle, you're actually powerless. Other people are stealing your power. Like, how many of these issues have mattered? The trans thing. How many of any of these things have mattered, you know? Minimum wage discussions. Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk, I'm not saying doesn't matter. I mean, him dying turned into its own Sorcerer Circle about his wife. And I'm not saying him dying isn't... him dying, obviously, is what it is, you know. Man died for no real reason, because he tried to talk out loud, which is its own thing. But all the, like, shit around it, like Candace Owens kind of stuff, all this stuff is purposely meant to distract you and make you useless. Because if you were just living your own life, building the things that are important to you, then you could be a challenge for the people in power, and they don't want that. So, alright, check this out. We're good, right? We're online, everything's fine. Okay, so here's what I wanted to start talking about, is this little thing right here. The Destiny says. And it blows my mind too, because people say Destiny's not a communist. But you know, when I say communist, I mean neo-Marxist, right? I mean, well, I mean every variation of communist. I don't just mean the actual ones that mean communism back in the day, right? That mean they're going for a Marxist utopia. Well, they all are. They are. But I mean these kind of guys too. Listen to them.
It's actually so sad how badass video games used to be. And I'm just gonna say it.
What?
These were games that were made by guys for guys.
I like how he automatically has an issue with it. Let's go back again. He already has an issue with it. He's already has problems. He's already crying. Go back. But again, I know I don't want to call it Cabron. I know he eats paste. I know I don't want to be mean to him. I know he eats paste. I don't want to be mean to Cabron. Friend of the channel. Big. He's been nice tons of times. I don't be mean to him, but I do remember he used to tell me that he thinks there's something good about Destiny because all the wrong people hate him. And I still, even back then, said no, I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I think it's fake. I think he's a midwit. Now, who's proven right and who's proven wrong? I don't know. Judge for yourself. Huh? You're still muted? Fuck. Okay, one of these times I'm gonna get this right. Unmute it. Go back. Play. Into spacebar pause.
It's actually
yes.
So sad how badass video games.
Okay, turn up a little bit more.
Used to be. And I'm just gonna say it.
What?
These were games that were
now. Oh come on! It goes down. Is it K?
Are you ready for Asmongold to turn
K
his gamer brain
pause?
up to
What
11?
pauses?
This is when gaming used to be good.
Wait,
And now
what?
Every time I
You have these
scroll down. There we go. Now it's working. How come?
It's
How come? I'm gonna keep my mouse right here. That should fix it. Yeah.
actually so sad how badass video games used to be. And I'm just gonna say it.
What?
These were
Now he's already saying what? Now he's already saying what? He's already reacting.
games that were made by guys for guys.
Are you ready for Asmongold to
Five
turn
guys, four guys. Yeah, that's when it was market forces, right? When it was who buys the games determined who makes the games. That's when it was market forces. It wasn't necessarily four guys buy guys. I think that's a mistake. I think that's Asmongold choosing to get in the sorcerer circle, as I was talking about, which is stupid. Don't step in there. Don't say it is about when it was made for guys, four guys. It was just when made by guys, four guys. It was just when the market is what met that demand, which means they had to make a video game that would sell. They don't have to do that anymore, right? It's not about selling the video game anymore. And that's the disconnect. That's the difference.
his gamer brain up to 11?
This is when gaming used to be good.
Wait,
And now
what?
You have these video games that are made to just be slop that's enjoyable to everyone.
Now, as another point, yes, the games now no longer need to make money, no longer need to be about making money. They can now be about other things, and the company trying to score points, right? Social points. We all know that. We all know that, right?
Bruh. Not to knock any particular type of game, okay? Not to knock any particular type of game, because I think all game genres are beautiful. I've played games across a ton of different genres, but my brother in
That's gay. Have a stance, man. Have a stance.
Christ, you grind.
Also, I hate when people like Destiny say my brother in Christ. Like, you're not religious, right? You don't believe in Jesus. Why are you saying that? Why are you saying that? It just feels condescending. We're not brothers in Christ. You and me are not, Destiny. Don't say that. It's rude.
grinded mounts on World of Warcraft for like 20 fucking years. What the fuck place do you have to talk about real gaming or good games or man?
So his point is World of Warcraft. Now, Destiny kind of has a point here, I'd say, a little bit. In that World of Warcraft was, and I was an MMORPGer at the time, was the kind of sloppiest, like, for the masses MMO that came out. That's true. That's true, and that's part of why it dominated. So what do you think about that? That is a point there. Destiny does actually have a point on that. But Asmon has a point too in that the current games don't care about selling in the market. So that's really what's going wrong with them.
Manly games. You're flying around on multicolored dragons, grinding the one.
Now, they didn't used to have that originally, bro. You know, mounts didn't start in the game, right? It was, a lot of people didn't even, did they add mounts at the start? I'm trying to remember. I know some people didn't even have mounts, like the druid couldn't have a mount, I think, because they would just turn into a cat or something. They didn't. Not everybody had mounts. early on. In fact, I don't think mounts are a thing until later, I think.
1 out of 50,000 cuck drop to get the next golden lizard thing that you can hop your ass around Azeroth on. Give me a fucking break.
Again, that's later, right? That's expansions later. It's like that. It plays like that.
Holy shit.
Not the original version.
No,
Vanilla.
no, that's not how it works. This has happened to every single video game, is that women have gotten into video games and they've made them for women.
You know, I disagree. It's not just women, it's also gay guys. It's not just women, it's also non-binary weirdos, right? It's not just women. This is what I'm saying. This is why Asmon fucks up the whole conversation. He purposely throws himself into the sorcerer circle with this. Women, it's women. No, it's not women. It's not women. It's neo-Marxists who are mostly women.
And I don't like this. This makes
And here's the thing about neo-Marxists. Their goal is not, and it blows my mind, Asmon is so dumb on this too. Their goal is not to make the game for everyone. That's what they say their goal is. That's what they say their goal is. Mounts were in vanilla but didn't get added till like second patch. Ah, okay, thank you. So, because I remember early on, I wasn't sure if there were mounts or not. Okay, thank you very much. I know I was a druid, and we didn't even get mounts or something, and I was maybe upset about that. This would be talking a long time ago. Sure, thank you. So anyway, so as my issue with Azen is he's saying that the reason women, and again, it's not women, it's just, you know, it's neo-Marxist or something. People are trying to quote unquote normalize certain types of things that they want to see normalized. That's their goal, and they pitch that goal as we're trying to get more people, for it to be for more people. That's not reality, though. It's not actually what they're trying to do. They're actually trying to normalize pretty much all kinds of, like, normalize everything so there's no differences between people. It's part of the goal of neo-Marxism is to get rid of all differences. They're all the same.
me fucking mad.
According to the entertainment software,
This is I'm sorry. Oh, it's such a perfect thing. Okay, listen, don't. There's this concept called the male gaze, but don't waste your time with it because when you see it, it's everything.
Again, I want that established. I want that proven to me. Prove to me the male gaze is a real thing and not just something you were told somewhere by someone. Prove it to me. Show me. These people supposedly believe in science, right? But none of their concepts are establishable or things that actually are provable in any way. It's just like you either believe in this, you have a leap of faith and say, yeah, I believe what you're saying true about the male gaze, or you don't. There's no way to establish it or actually build the argument.
Okay, this concept that
See, again, watch, he doesn't establish how it's real. He just will tell you what it is.
everything in the world, especially as a white guy, everything is made for you and has to be for you.
And again, especially as a white guy, retarded thing to say. Yes, I know that's what they think, but come on. The reality was before, the market had to actually support the thing, right? And so you had to make something that would sell, and most people buying games, these are all objective truths, you know, like these are all true things. The most people buying games were men. They're the ones who had the money, they're the ones who are interested in it. Now, later on, it's different now. It's not totally the case. There are women that like games now. There are women that like games now. But pretending like that's why, it's just who would sell, who would buy the thing versus who wouldn't buy the thing.
Looks a certain way, you criticize her because she's not appeasing to your cock. If a woman is doing a certain thing, it's not okay because it's not appealing to you. Like,
Now, interesting. He's saying, what, the people, there's an issue with people looking at a woman and saying she's ugly? Women do that. How is that the male gaze as opposed to just saying your opinion out loud? You know, like you're saying, oh, she's not attractive, so you say she's not attractive. That's the male gaze. What does that mean? Women do that too. So is there female gaze? No. They'd established the female gaze as a wholly different concept.
for a white man, especially,
Oh, stop it with the white man thing.
this is like enough of a criticism. That's it, right?
No.
Women, like the fact that women are in video games now, they're making video games for women.
Again, it's not mostly women. It's non-binary, whatever, yada yada. It's all kinds of people, but they're all neo-Marxists.
What, does everything in the world have to be made just for you?
No. But here's the thing: when they play dumb like this, Destiny plays dumb. Like, Does everything have to be made for you? No. But how come everything changes at the same time? If it's not like a political movement, it's not like something informed by something else, then why does it all happen at the same time? Why isn't it just like a couple games here and there made for the non-male gaze or whatever? It's the whole industry. Why?
Like, they can probably make games you just don't give a fuck about, right? You know that's okay, right?
That would be okay. That's a false, what is it? False dichotomy or something when you say stuff like that. You're like, the dichotomy would be either I love games are made for me, or they're or no, what is it? It's a straw man. It's a straw man. It's a straw man. It's a straw man. He's saying the real issue is that there's games that aren't made for men, and he has a problem with that, as opposed to the overall trend issue with an overall trend of the industry. Ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Right? Oh my god.
And again, I would love to have that established, what the male gaze actually means. The idea is, I can tell you the idea. The idea is men, everything is made to appease men because we rule everything according to the neo-Marxist frame of the world, right? See, here's the thing too. To believe in the concept of male gaze, you have to believe in the frame of the neo-Marxists present, which is that men run the world, white men especially. They created systems of power, and everything upholds those systems of power. If you view anything differently, then you wouldn't understand the male gaze. It has to be slotted into that worldview. If you believe anything else, if you think the world's any other way, like one based on reality, if you have a worldview based on reality, then the male gaze doesn't slot in. Because there's female gaze too, and why is the male gaze such a problem? You're telling me women don't pick something because like they like it, like maybe as attractive man on the cover of like a book, is that not female gaze? And why is that a problem? There's no problems with any of these things. In reality, neo-Marxists have to invent a problem, so they stand for something. Because the real problem, of course, is what? The Fed, fractional banking, big companies setting up the system and regulations in such a way that they can destroy the little guy and buy them out and crush them. That's the problem. This fucking bullshit about male gaze and all this other shit is not actually important, and it's just what you're supposed to focus on. So you miss the actual problems, in my opinion. And I have some other stuff. And this, now I want to show you how this turns into a sorcerer's circle. Now all these people, all these activists, start talking about this now, and it turns into a sorcerer's circle. This is the case I'm making here. Male behavior towards female gamers. A 2015 study found that lower skilled male players of Halo 3 were more hostile towards teammates with a female voice. I don't know how you would actually establish that, but behave more submissively to players with a male voice. I don't know how you would establish this. I don't know how on earth you would study that. Higher skilled male players, on the other hand, behave more positively towards female players. Now, this implies to me is that, if this study is true, is that higher skilled male players are calmer and less like blaming people for something. Whereas the lower skilled players are just like lashing out at whoever, and the women, I don't know, maybe don't stand up enough to it, right? Don't push back enough. Like, hey, stop that. Like a dude would. Something like that. That's what that implies to me from that. The authors argued the male hostility towards female gamers in terms of evolutionary psychology, writing, female-initiated disruption of a male hierarchy incites hostile behavior from poor-performing males who stand to lose the most status. Female-initiated disruption of a male hierarchy? I wouldn't say they pulled that off, because they're not good enough most of the time to actually consider that true. A female-initiated disruption of male hierarchy. They're not disrupting the hierarchy in the game. Like, what? You're telling me a girl is? What are you talking about? Maybe. I doubt it. Probably not. And again, this person has a trans flag, right? So, what does that even mean? Like, what is, what does that even mean? All right, next thing. And then more proof how it turns into this. Look.
Pokimane says that streaming scene is becoming more male-dominated. Unfortunately, there aren't that many huge female streamers,
There's tons of women streamers. There's tons of them.
at least not on Kai and Speed's level.
What do you see? This is the thing. These people, these communists, they point at anything that's not even, and then they use it to gain power. That's the attempt here. Pokimane is attempting to gain more power. That's why she's using this tactic, right? She's like, look, there's not as many people, even though she is one. Right? Even though she is one. She is a girl that's up there and, like, you know, makes who knows how much money. It's just, how would she even be complaining about it? If what she's saying is true, how would she have the platform to complain about it? She wouldn't. So it's not true.
You want to know why? Like, I think that that's not true at all.
It's not true.
That someone can't be that level. I think it's definitely possible. I mean, you even have VTubers that are women, right? They're quote unquote women, and those VTubers,
Yeah, like Iron Mouse, right? What about that?
are in some areas of the world bigger
How come that's
than,
not
you know,
working?
Kai and Speed of them. They're huge. And I think that that's not true, that it's just getting more and more male dominated.
Of course it's not. And in fact, that's a ridiculous statement to make, because that implies that it wasn't always male dominated, which is the neo-Marxist view, is that it was always dominated by men and women are breaking into it. So you can't even, that's not even true to their own view.
Truth is that girls a lot of time take the very easy route, which is I can just sit here and, you
Now, kick streamers also take the easy route. So.
know, play games and have a very simp audience and just not really have to try. When I
Again, that's true for all kick streamers also.
think for men, they have to try a
All
lot
kick
harder
streamers are
because they don't have that luxury of being able to sit there and look pretty.
Same argument for why men are funny and most women are not. Same exact argument. Is it true? I don't know. Think about it. Let's think about it. Do women have an advantage because they're attractive? And does that advantage translate to things like more viewer numbers or people laughing at their jokes when they're not funny? Yeah, it does, right? So yeah, it's a valid argument, I think.
So they try a lot harder, and I think that that's really the big difference. Is you got women that are very comfortable because they just kind of get to go live and chill. When for men, it's
And again, the prettier, the more attractive someone is, the more of an advantage you have, right? There is definitely an attractiveness advantage. I don't know how you can make an argument there isn't. And women are more likely, no offense to men though, but I think this is pretty safe to say, more likely to be attractive than men are. You know? So, yeah, you got a point. There's a point. It's not, yeah, I think that's a true statement. Women are more likely to be attractive than men are. I think that's true. Yeah, it's true.
it's a lot more of just like you have to fight for it. You have to put effort in. You have to put content in. You have to.
And again, the audience is mostly men, so they have a bigger advantage because they're mostly men, and men have to win over men, which is a harder thing than a woman winning over a man. Definitely, right? A man winning over a man is a much harder journey than a woman winning over a man. A man winning over a man requires like impressing him, making him laugh. Also understand like the whole delicate balance of like I don't know better word, not hierarchy, but like, you know, men check each other and make sure, you know, they're not pussies and things like this. You don't do that to women, really.
Work a lot more to get to keep. You know, does that make sense?
Like if somebody you like somebody you look up to as a man, you check him sometimes, right? Don't you think? What's up, Gio? You check him sometimes, like you see if he flinches. You don't do that with women. You don't need to do that with women to become a fan of theirs or watch their stream or whatever thing. But men do that to men.
Absolutely, they do. And look at them; they're averaging like 10,000 viewers. I mean, I literally just on Twitch, Extremely was at 10K viewers. Like, that's huge. Now are they at Kai?
Now, Gio, I'm making the case today because Destiny said some crazy thing about the male gaze. So I'm trying to pick a fight. Can somebody tell me how the male gaze is real and not just midwittery from neo-Marxists? And again, I think I make a solid case that the male gaze only exists if you already accept the neo-Marxist view. And that's what I'm connecting it to. Because what is the male gaze? The male gaze is that men like looking at things they like looking at, especially pretty women. Okay, male gaze. And so now alone, that means nothing, right? It only means something if you believe in the Marxist view and the neo-Marxist view now of competing groups fighting over power and society, right? And then in that case, if you believe in that, then you can say, okay, well, I think the winning group is white males, as Destiny keeps re-saying.
To
Look,
talk about real gaming or
to me, this proves his neo-Marxist underpinning worldview, and the male gaze means nothing by itself.
counts on World of
Because women do that. Women look at things they like looking at. They say when a man is attractive, you know what I mean? Like, and they have no issue with that.
Warcraft for like 20
Why should men
fucking
have an
years.
issue with that?
What the fuck place do you have to talk about real
When I was
gaming
talking about
or
World of
good
Warcraft
games
not
or
being a man game.
games? You're flying around on multicolored dragons.
I want to point out, though, he says 2 times white male. Well, why would you think that if you don't view the neo-Marxist, if you're not using the neo-Marxist lens?
Grinding the 1 out
Why
of
would that be the
50,000
thing?
cuck drop to get the next golden lizard thing that you can hop your ass around Azeroth on. Give me a fucking break. Holy shit.
No.
He said it 2 separate
No,
times,
no.
which is, you know, someone's programmed when they say the same phrases over and over and over
That's not
again.
how it works. This has happened to every single video game. Is that women have gotten into video games and they've
Unless they're trying to make a
made
point
them
with
for
it,
women,
right?
and I don't like this.
But if they feel like they have to say it, like it stops them, and they have to add it in, like he does.
This
Watch,
makes me fucking mad.
According to the entertainment software
This is,
watch.
I'm sorry. Oh, it's such a perfect thing, okay? Listen, don't, there's this concept called the male gaze,
Watch.
but don't waste your time with it because when you see it, it's everywhere, okay? This concept that everything in the world, especially as a white guy,
Especially as a white guy.
everything is made for you and has to be for you. If a woman looks a certain way, you criticize her because she's not appeasing to your cock. If a woman is doing a certain thing, it's not okay because it's not appealing to you.
And again, how do women not behave this way?
Like for a white man, especially,
White man, especially. As for a white man, especially. What is he doing there? That is a concept called standpoint epistemology. It means that your view is dependent on your place in society. And that's why he has to say as whatever first, and that's why so many people do it. If you don't notice, people go as a black man, as a gay man, as a disabled man, as a whatever, is because they're presenting you with their standpoint to tell you what they have an area of knowledge on that you can't debate them on also, if unless you have that same thing. It's ridiculous. Okay, let's see. How did I end up here? I definitely don't want to be here. Don't want to be there. Yes. The idea that worst players, bad male players will be mean to women in the team, and good ones won't. But if anything, to me, that shows that women probably aren't standing up for themselves in the conversation, and the guys are. Because of course, a bad player is going to lash out at people. It's just how they are.
High speed and Aiden's
And
level.
then I'm trying to establish that what they do is they use that prompt, they use that thing to establish a whole sorcerer circle around it that generates attention, and it generates demoralization, and it generates money.
No, but do I think that a woman could definitely do it? Absolutely. Absolutely. It's just they don't want
As
to.
a retired electrician,
Because it's
does
comfortable
Destiny
to not
even
do it.
have a male gaze? Right? That's the issue. We should make fun of him for it. He doesn't even have a male gaze. Okay, what is this one? I think I opened this one on accident. That was the other one. And now Asmongold talks about this too. See, notice you have all these streamers talking about the same stupid thing. That's the sorcerer circle.
And Aiden and Speed's level? Yeah, because they're not that entertaining. Who the fuck else is going all around the world and
This is
doing
the
regular
sorcerer circle in
streams
action.
China? Who else is inviting celebrities on a regular basis, doing a 30-hour non-stop stream every single day? Who else invented an entire genre and an entire community and then built a separate streaming platform after he was basically ostracized? And
He didn't build a streaming platform. What are you saying? That's giving him a lot of credit, no? He didn't build it. What?
oh yeah, how many other female streamers were doing streams with Donald Trump or Kamala Harris?
You can give him credit for the Donald Trump thing, right? Aiden getting Donald Trump on is impressive, but don't say he built Kick. That's just a lie. That's a total lie. Kick. Here's a news flash for you, Asmongold. Kick has never been built. It's still not built. It's like saying like a construction site, right? You look at a construction site and it's kind of run down, and they clearly stopped the project somewhere in the middle, and he's like, Aiden built that. I don't know if you want to say that even.
This is what a fucking retard, bro. And I don't even know what else to say about it.
No, that's not wrong. It's just an attempt to get power by her. That's all it is. It's not that she actually thinks that or anyone thinks that. Whoever posted it doesn't even think that. Who posted that?
So fucking retarded. So sad.
See, that's the thing too. You gotta understand, neo-Marxists do not operate on intelligence. Despite them thinking they're the smartest person in the room all the time, they operate on emotion and claims for power. That's always it. It's always emotion and usually envy, or defensiveness. Right when you're saying the truth, they get defensive, or or claim or an attempt to gain power. That's that. If you look at a Marxist, a neo-Marxist, you can figure out that it's always one of those things. They're trying to seem smart, right? So they're defensive and trying to posture. They're trying to seem smart to other people, or defensive, or what was the second one?
And yeah, there it is.
I wonder how many of these people have an inner monologue.
So stupid.
That's a good question. It's a good question. I think neo-Marxism does hurt people's inner monologue. Also, their ability to visualize too. Because there's a lot of somebody made that case. That one third age guy or fourth age guy, he made that case before. He made that case
Many
before.
huge female streamers, at least.
Okay. What else we got here? Now we're talking about AI. Talking about AI real quick. Here's the thing, man. I don't understand because the only ones that will benefit from AI are those that own the AI. I don't agree with that at all. Like today, I was working on my card game with AI, right? And I got a thing hammered out, and I'm ready to play it. I'm ready to test it. I'm thinking we do that soon, this coming week. Whoever wants to play the card game with me, we'll have it done. I'll have a test version this next weekend. I was thinking about doing it today, but then I'd have to make like just white cards with just text on them to demo it. But I'd rather have at least like placeholder art. So next week, but without AI, I wouldn't be able to do that. Like people like this have never even used it. They don't even know how much it can do or why it is good. They have no idea. They have no idea. They don't understand the technology. They hate it without understanding it. It was designed that way from the beginning, and it's why big tech is so frantic to shove AI into everyone's hands in every possible place. Again, this person has no idea what they're saying. That's not true. Like, there's so many uses for AI that, like, you can learn anything. You can learn any language now. You can learn any topic now. You can make one man can drive a whole creative product, a whole creative vision. I don't understand what they're talking about. It just seems like these people just don't know what they're saying. They just, and they I mean, I don't know, man. It just seems like they have no fucking idea what they're talking about. Their motive is 100% self-interest. It's amazing in the last 6-ish months, most every single outspoken person on the top of AI, or not the owners or employees of any company, have turned against AI. I don't know, what is it, this guy? I forget his name, Linus Tech Tips or something? I don't really care what that guy says about anything. Lots of people commenting, AI has helped me. Our society bases value on rarity, quality, and effort. Interesting putting rarity first. That's interesting, right? Interesting putting rarity first. All AI seeks to remove all three of those. No, it doesn't. And AI doesn't do anything. AI isn't seeking to do anything. But let's say the people behind AI, or what the fuck does this mean? AI seeks. AI can't do this verb. AI can't do verbs. So, already a ridiculous argument. To remove all three of those. Let's say, okay, the people behind AI, or what even, see, this is the thing too. These types of people always abstract a villain out of nothing. Either capitalism, AI, whatever it is, their motives are 100% self-interest. Well, yeah, what are your motives? Is neo-Marxism in the room with us right now? It's always in the room with us. What's up, bro? It's always in the room with us. It's always in the room with us. It's the underpinning belief that society is made up of conflicting groups fighting for power. That's, if you believe in that, then I mean that's built on neo-Marxism. What else would that be built on? No one will want what you do if you can be done by anyone with zero effort. But thank you, by the way, thank you very much. No one will want what you do if you can be done. See, here's the thing too. I don't see how that's true either. That it takes zero effort. You can do more with less effort, though. Because again, a world that fully adopts AI will only funnel all benefits up to the owners of the AI itself. I don't see why you can't learn stuff, man. I don't know why you can't learn stuff. I don't know why. Like, to me, it just seems like these people have never tried AI. Because, bro, now, how can we not learn stuff? And to me, AI seems like taking the means of production and actually handing it to people. I don't see why nobody else sees it that way. I don't get it. I don't get it. Because they say stuff like this, but is this true? Like, with messing with AI, there's so much stuff you can do. You can ask it, you can ask it how to build something. Like, I'm working with it. I have my card game idea. It helped me like think about ideas like that could conflict with the balance and stuff and work on it. Allowed me to get it done really quickly. I built things with coding off of AI, right? I built whole pipelines for like video editing. And according to these people, it doesn't do that or something, right? Like, I don't understand. I don't understand the argument they're making. Like, all those benefits don't exist? Or... And here's the other thing, bro. You could learn any topic now with AI, and then you got Notebook LLM. You can take any freaking book you want. Take multiple books, cross-reference them. You can merge ideas together. I don't know. I just don't think they know what they're talking about. You learn with AI, but the problem is, can you have AI? Can you trust what AI tells you? Well, that's a good question. The thing is, generally, I wouldn't believe AI like that's the thing people say, right? Like, it's not reliable or make stuff up. But in practice, like, what happens really from that, right? Like, it gives me, like, let's say some code script, right? It gives me like Python or something, and I take it and I try it, and then it doesn't work. And then I go back to it, and then I look at the code itself, and I try to find where the problem is, right? Either by my own or with the AI, and then we fix it, right? Same thing with learning topics, I think. But it does mean you'll have to obviously like read books or you know, topics, things on the topic, so you have a base understanding in order to be able to notice when it's giving you bullshit, definitely. But I don't think that's worth putting it like. I don't think that's worth ignoring it or thinking it's like bad, because in practice that's pretty simple to deal with. Like for example, here's another example of stuff I learned with the LLM. I have this LLM set up that was designed for translation, right? Lots of people use it to translate. I change the system prompt and I tell it to explain each piece to me and explain the grammar and explain etymology and stuff like that. So instead, when I put a sentence in, it does all that. Now, if any part was wrong, like made up, it wouldn't make sense to me when I saw it, and I would redo it. Now, that doesn't really happen too often, though. But, right, because I know enough Japanese that I instantly can spot when it's giving me bullshit and just go, okay, no, that's not right. So you definitely do have to learn, like you're saying, you do have to learn the topic. Yeah. But it makes it so much faster. It makes it so much more approachable. You still have to research around a bit, like, you know, you're not wrong on that. That's true. Yeah. I think anybody that, like, blindly, like, uses AI totally by itself, I think that would be silly. Yeah. I think that would be silly. Just like when people say, like, what about the AI? Like, when it starts making choices, and it's like, why would you ever let it make choices? Like, I think AI should be a tool set we all adopt individually. Like, because here's the thing. Like, these people aren't thinking of something that's a big deal. If I was young now, okay, right, and I was going to give myself advice, I would tell myself, figure out AI, understand it really well, and then figure out a solution to a problem or to like something people do a lot of work on, and provide that solution and sell that or work on that, or get in a business of that. That's the advice I would give somebody that was like a young guy, like when I started learning Japanese, but like a dropout, like a young guy that's like a dropout, disenfranchised, yada yada kind of person. I would tell him learn AI is what I would tell him, and get really good at it, and then figure out a solution, something you can do as a solution, or like like save time. That's something that takes a lot of time now, and do that. And there's big money there right now for everybody that figures out how to do that. Like this here, they're saying this big tech is investing trillions of dollars in this nonsense. The thing is, like, this shows this person hasn't really tried it, because it's definitely not nonsense. You could definitely like make so many jobs easier. Let's say like let's not even think about jobs. Let's say everybody gets to keep their job, but AI can be rolled in too. Let's say like we're not even worried about the job thing, because that's a separate topic kind of. Nonetheless, you can give so many jobs AI that would make their job easier and make their life easier. Like if we assume that they're not losing jobs, right? We're assuming just for the thought experiment that there's no jobs going to be lost because of AI. It's just going to be used to help people in their current jobs. Just think of it that way. It does do stuff. It's not nonsense. It does do stuff. It helps it could help all kinds of people. It can create safety standards too. But of course, that now I'm not saying unregulated or unwatched or used on its own without human beings. I think, of course, human beings should be using this stuff. And now I do agree that what a lot of people are worried about was like AI ownership here. I'm worried about AI ownership. Of course I am. I don't believe in copyright, right? I don't believe in copyright. I sure as fuck don't want some kind of complete ownership by these companies over this technology. I think we should definitely fight for them not being able to own it in any real way, But I'm against trademark and copyright, so I'm out on my own on that. Well, Grok is the single best argument against AI, IMO. You can see in almost real time, Elon Musk lobotomize it to make Grok information biased towards the creator. Definitely, I mean, that's definitely a thing. I think the biggest issue is no accountability, no regulation. Well, I'd rather have it the opposite way, too. Like, I get what you're saying. But for me, I'd rather have no regulation, not accountability. I think that's a separate topic. Accountability, yeah, but I don't, man, I don't like the state doing it. I just don't, I just don't like the state, man. I don't trust them. I don't trust them to do it. They're saying, are trusting the AI companies? No, which is why I don't want them to own it, because I think that's the fucking problem. I don't want them to own it. I don't want them to own it. Now, in some fields, they don't really own it. Like in what do you call it? The art stuff. There's all kinds of models built. Like anybody can build them. Anybody can run them. Same with local models. I have some local models running. Like Grok. I'm not using Grok. I never use that. But I have some local models running. I use some online models, but I also have local models running, and I compare things. Like I don't believe in But here's the thing. Here's the thing. If you're some random guy without that many resources, if you can buy like a nice video card, okay, or even use online services, if you can't get enough to buy a nice video card, then you can make your job specifically, like your small business, your whatever, so much better with AI. You can do individually so much more, even though these people will say it's nonsense and it doesn't do anything. So that's my issue. That's my issue with the anti-AI argument. Is it acts like it isn't in any way real, and it definitely is real, and definitely could. Here's my other thought experiment that I wonder about too. Here, let's put on some music. We're done with this. Too loud. Change the background. Not Sims. Okay, there. Like, I could be won over in a number of ways, but most of the arguments aren't. I don't know, man. It seems emotional. It seems like I hate, yeah, like they hate the idea of a robot taking jobs, which I don't think is what's really going to happen. I do think if we allow corporations to own them, that's what's going to happen. But I mean, I don't even like corporations. I don't want corporations. I want to stop backing up corporations with state resources and regulations in the first place, so they can't survive. I came up with a plan recently. Speaking of, from AI, hold on. Here's my new political plan, guys. One sec. My new political plan. I got this thing to show you. Alright. Here we go. The Freedom Manifesto. A strategic plan to defeat the monetary cartel. Okay? Okay, you guys know about the monetary cartel. You know how banks run everything. You know about how the debt system runs everything. You have a board of governors in charge of all the regional reserve banks, right? Which means banking is not private, and it's not private, and it's enforced by the state. It's not only is it not private, it's enforced by the state. It's a cartel enforced by the state, right? Is out. What I want, honest money, a system where money is stable, stored for value, redeemable in a tangible commodity like gold or silver, and protected from political manipulation. Now, I don't know if it has to be necessarily redeemable. I know crypto isn't going to be probably redeemable, right? So, nonetheless, I think we got to get rid of the laws about, where is it? Which one is it? About legal tender. Where is it? We got to get rid of legal tender laws. Here? One of these things. I have it on one of these things. I don't know anything. There we go. Repeal legal tender laws. We gotta repeal legal tender laws. Get rid of them. And then of course banks should have to have the money that they say they have. You guys know banks don't have money. How it works is like this. A guy comes in, right? A company comes in. The company making AI stuff comes in. I want $1 billion, right? So the bank goes, okay. Now the bank, this bank has no money. There's no money. So they go, okay, here you have $1 million. Let me write that down for you. Now they put it in two places in their record keeping. They put it under liabilities and they put it under assets. Why do they put it under assets even though they don't have it? Why do they own $1 million asset even though they don't own the thing? Well, because it's going to get them, what's the thing called? The money, interest. It's going to get them interest. So it's an asset now, right? It's a liability because they'll have to pay it back, supposedly, and it's a asset because of the interest they're going to accrue on it. But it doesn't exist. If they took away all money, I mean, if you got rid of all, if you forced all money to be redeemed, right now there'd be no money. Like, all the banks would just fall apart and they would just declare bankruptcy and be insolvent. There is no money. We have no money. We have no money whatsoever. And the only way for us to ever have a fighting chance and actually gain leverage is we got to be able to somehow accrue property and wealth, you know, resources that actually can be used as leverage. So how do we do that? Well, I think we got to tell people we got to get rid of the fake money, or I want to move to crypto. That's what I'm going to do personally, because I don't, although I came with this plan, well, I didn't come up with it. The guy that wrote, the Creature from Jekyll Island really came up with it. But I don't think we can get people on board, right? So I think personally we gotta have to move to crypto. But this would be a plan if we could. Sell all non-essential federal assets and eliminate socialist-oriented programs. Reclaim national sovereignty by getting the U.S. out of the UN, the UN out of the U.S., and then use the proceeds from selling all the state property, all the government property, to pay off the debt. Because they own enough. The United States government owns enough property and things that they could pay off the debt if they sold them. They could pay off the debt if they sold everything. What else? This is the thing, like Milton Friedman talks about this. This is probably going to happen if we ever did something like this. It gets tighter first. That's what this represents. It gets tighter first. It'll get tighter first. Get tighter first. Interest, yeah, thank you. It'll get tighter first. And then eventually, after a while, we'll be back up. Japan did this. You know, Japan did this. Japan did this. Back when their money turned to shit, they did this. Now here's another good point here, which I really like here. Victory is achieved at the tipping point. The goal is not to win a 51% majority. The issues are too complex for that. The strategy is to create an influential minority of citizens who are educated on the issues, prepared for the transition, and the positions of local influence. And the way they visualize that is this giant boat, right? With the rudder being how many people we would need. That's a good way to visualize it, I think. Because of course, lots of people give up because it's like we can't get most people on board any kind of good plan or any kind of anything, right? Of course we can't. True. But we don't need to. Like, you guys know about, what is it, the Pareto principle, where it's like 20% of people produce 80% of the stuff? We need we need something like that. We need a small group of people. And here's the thing, the original Fed, the original cartel was established by a small group of people, right? Like the thing we're fighting against it. And here's the thing I figured out by learning about the Fed. I understand most communists are targeting that. That's their issue, right? Is that the big companies, and here's why, it's because of loans. It's because of access to capital. The big companies are able to get as many loans as they want. The little guy is not able to. And then the big guy will push regulations that make it impossible, even if the little guy gets started, that he'll have so many fucking things to pay off and so many like regulations he has to bend over backwards to meet that he won't be able to get in the industry seriously. That's what they really do, right? That's in practice what the companies really do. That's what they really do. So most people think that's capitalism. I'd say if you want to call it capitalism, fine, but then what I want is a free market with the ability for individuals to earn their own money, that it isn't just go down in value based on what the state wants to pay. That's what I want, if possible. That's my goal. That's what I would like. And you know me, I would say I'd rather not have much state at all. I'm more of an anarchist than anything. More of an anarchist than anything. But I understand that we have to make some kind of compromise and have some element of state. Okay, you can talk me into that, but we got to be very careful about each decision and understand that the state itself. Here's the thing, okay? On the individual level, like if I'm solving the problem, you're solving the problem in our own lives, we know all the information, right? But if you go higher up, if you have the government do it, then it's always going to turn into like utilitarian as it goes down. What am I trying to, like, what am I trying to say? Like, okay, so any individual solving their own problems, they have the most information, they'd be the best one to have money or whatever to do it. It would be best if they were the ones doing it. But if you go higher up and you have somebody else do it, the problem is that in practice, it's not going to be granular enough to help a lot of people. A lot of people aren't going to, fit in the mold correctly. And so their lives could possibly be ruined or possibly be fucked up because they don't fit in the mold as the state has written out the mold, has defined the mold. So that's why I believe we should try to get regular people as much resources as they can, and not the state, and of course not corporations. The private. I believe in the private, but not corporate private, because corporations aren't even private in the first place. Most of them are publicly owned, which creates a conflict of interest, and they have regulations backing them up. I'm as anti-corporate as anyone, I think. I'm not pro-corporate. I want them to fall. I want them to collapse under their own weight. I just want us to stop propping them up with the state. I want the state systems, apparatuses, to stop propping them up. That's what I would like. and stop giving them ways to cut down their competition. Sounds like a pretty good deal. Yeah? Now, here's the thing is, how do you get people on board with this, you know? I don't know. But that's my... I have to come up with a plan if I want to... Individually, I feel like this isn't... I mean, we're never going to get anybody on board with this kind of thing. But, if we could, I got a plan now. And then also, personally, I'm going to try to move assets to crypto. I'm going to try to establish digital property in a way that's... that I'm working on in my card game coming soon. I gotta prove my ideas, right? I can't just like say them. I gotta prove them. I gotta prove they work in the world. So, Simps, our website was proving it kind of, but now it just fucking went up in smoke. I don't know what the hell's going on with that. So I gotta prove it in something that I'm building, and that's gonna be the card game first. And then later, something I'm calling premium chat. You guys heard the premium chat idea? I'm thinking an extension that you can install that will replace your chat on Kick, Twitch, YouTube. For multi-streamers, it'll be the same shared chat, which I think is an advantage, right? And you'll buy into it. It won't be expensive. Just like I'm thinking, we use the bonding curve, and it's like a buck or something, whatever it is. It'll go up based on the room owner, however the room owner wants the curve to go. It's up to them. It's up to the room owner. Give everyone the power, right? Let them decide. If they want it to stay almost nothing forever, they can. But the point is, the buy-in makes it so most people that are like annoying or problems or bots are not going to make it in the first place. So it replaces the chat with new features. It has like, you can put images, you can post GIFs. Obviously those can be customized by the owner. The chat can be fully controlled by the owner. Basically, it seeks to eliminate all the problems with streaming right now. With the platforms. Because chats are, like on Kick, chat's totally unregulated. People can just sign up with 10-minute emails. They can spam the shit out of your chat. So premium chat seeks to eliminate those problems. That's my next plan. That's further out on the roadmap. Card game I'm working on first. Then I'll work on... If you want to steal these ideas and build it, you can. I wouldn't be mad about it. I'd rather help you, honestly. Even if, you know, like... Let me know if you're going to steal... If you want these ideas to build it, go ahead. I don't care. But I do have a plan of building it after I get done with the card game. Card game, I'm currently... on the testing phase. Next week, come by on the weekend if you want to play it. It'll be like a, you know, really bare bones version, but we will be playing it next week. So come by if you like card games. I feel like I made a pretty good one. We'll see. I haven't expanded it out yet. It's only got like 30 something cards, right? But next week we should have it up and running. And come by. I think I'm playing on Tabletop Simulator. Unless I can get it running on something else easier. Next week, card game. Tabletop? Yeah, it's Tabletop Simulator, yeah. If I could find something else that I could get it on easy. Long term, it's not going to be... It's going to be its own software. Like, I'm making it with Godot. But that's far from done to where we could do it on there. I'm going to make it on Godot. I'm figuring out the crypto side too, because here's the idea for the card game. Here's the idea. Let me know if you think it's bad or good idea. The idea is every single card will be on a bonding curve. What's a bonding curve? You may not even know what that is. Okay, bonding curve. The idea is to represent digital or artificial or synthetic scarcity to limit the thing. So the idea is, as more people own the card goes up in price. That's the idea. And then every individual card will be purchasable directly purchasable, and then you'll also have packs like a regular card game. So the idea is you can buy any card you want directly from the bank, but you can also buy packs and try to get it that way. The first set, the core set, will be totally free. You'll just get those. And then I'll release a pay set with it that's going to be the variant set, which just has different art and different, like maybe they'll be animated. I don't know. Something like this. they'll be either just different or they'll be animated. I haven't got to that stage of building the thing to say, but I want to give it the core set just for free. I don't want people to pay for that. But that's the plan. So all the cards will be on the bonding curve. You see how interesting an idea that is? The idea is like, as cards get more valuable, eventually people will buy the packs to try to get the cards, and they won't have to deal with like third parties either. You won't have to like go to some trader and sell them and see who the best you can get on eBay. You don't do any of that. Just sell the cards if you want, and then the price goes down too. It'll be hopefully a self-regulating balance. Is what I'm hoping. Self-regulated balance. The best cards will be the most expensive cards. Waifu alternate art was a fun thing Magic the Gathering did. Yeah, I'll definitely be doing alternate art. There'll be the first thing will come out with a variant set, right? So like all the cards will have a variant that's different looking. In both. Well, I don't know the core set. I don't know if the core set should count as real cards or not. I gotta figure that out when we get to building at that point. Because if everybody has the core set, should they count as real cards? Like, is there any point for that? I don't think so, really, right? Might as well like include the core cards as just part of the game, and then any other cards you get are actual items. That makes sense, right? I'll probably do it that way. Maybe I'll do it core set. Maybe I'll do it core set is cards, but then it like costs some kind of fee to get them all. And then there's like a little footstepped entry. But I don't know if I want to do that. Maybe though, because that would reduce like the chance of people scamming and stuff all on the platform. I don't know. I gotta think about all this stuff. But anyway, that's the idea. That's the idea. What if they want more core cards? Well, good question. But I was thinking if you give like 4 of each or whatever, and that's what you put in a deck, they wouldn't never need them, right? Like, I figure it'll just be however many you can maximum put in the deck of each one. You need at least an amount of cards to play with, yeah. Sounds cool, yeah. People are definitely gonna scam. Oh, definitely, yeah. Definitely. Anytime like money's involved. Check this out too. I got this idea too. What if you could put up a card as an ante? What if you can ante a card? And both players can do it. What if you could do that? That would be fun, right? That would bring you back to like being a kid playing marbles or something and keeping their marble. Or Pogs. Do people play Pogs that way? I think some people did. Or you would keep the Pog if you won. You'd keep their Pogs. You could ante a card. I think that'd be sick. OG Magic and antes? Did it really? Yeah, well, let's bring back antes, man. I think that, like, wouldn't that be so fun? Like, also, some people would like, do, like, pool hall kind of stuff, right? Where they put, like, a really good card up to get people to play them. Like, I say, hey, man, I'll play for whatever, right? And then people show up. And then the guy's really good with a really good deck, so he ends up making more cards than he loses. You definitely have people doing that, right? Played Pogs that way, yeah. Yeah, original Magic getting a bunch of cards. The word there for ante only format. Ah, I see. Huh. Well, yeah, I definitely want ante to be a thing. And I'm thinking we can do all kinds of different formats when expansions come out, right? We can do like, we can do all kinds of stuff with the format. I don't think I'm gonna do matchmaking. Maybe though, but I think it'd be fine to just have like a game browser or something, right? Like, I don't see why that would be a problem. I don't know. I'll think about it. I'm not totally sure on that kind of thing yet, but anyway, so my goals in life now are to get off the fucking debt system one way or the other, whether with other people coming with me or not. I'm getting off the debt system, okay? I'm getting the fuck out of it. If you guys want to figure out a way to come with me, let's go. Let's get out of here. But, I'm not, like, I've given up on society. I've given up on culture. I've given up on all of it. I'm out. I'm leaving. You can come with me if you want. I can make room. You guys can come, but I'm out. I'm out of this fucked up system. I'm out. I had some card that swapped the ante for it. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's a crazy card. Wow. I don't know if I'll have stuff like that. I do have a preliminary rule set if you want to hear what the rules are. Hold on. I do have a preliminary rule set. Let's see what the rules are. Let me see. Do you guys know the Marvel Versus system at all? Because that's what I used as the core, and then I changed all this stuff. Let's hide my side things. I guess I make that bigger, right? And read this out. Some of you guys remember the original rules, right? So it's changed a little bit since then. Objective. Players do not have life totals, okay? A player loses the game if at the end of any turn they have 0 money and they have no cards that generate income. You have to, so you have no future economy for your coming turn, and you have no money, right? But if you have a card that generates income, like you have a chance in the next turn, then you can still keep playing. But if you don't have either one, then you're out. Make sense? Income sources include back row characters with cash, with a cash icon, and locations. Card types. You have characters, have attack, defense, and cost. May have income, may move between rows, only generate income in the back row. You have vehicles and mechs, a subtype of character, may only exist in the front row, may never have cash, cannot move to the back row. If forced to move, they are destroyed instead. So this is like robots, tanks. I want lots of stuff like that, I'm thinking would be cool too, right? So robots, tanks, mechs, all that kind of shit is on that one. Locations, permanent cards, always played in the back row, have defense and cash, cannot attack or block, cannot move. Now it says cannot attack or block, but they can be attacked. Like, don't get down and twisted. They can't be attacked even though they don't block. Actions, ongoing cards. Resolve effects is written, do not occupy rows unless stated. Oh, the action cards. Zones and rows. Each player has a front row and a back row. Front row, characters here may attack or block, do not generate their money. Back row, characters here cannot attack, cannot block, generate income if they have it. Locations always occupy the back row. Guard rule. A player cannot attack back row cards if the defending player controls any front row characters. The front row is empty. If the front row is empty, back row characters, back row locations may be attacked normally. Keywords and cards effects may override this rule. There's definitely a keyword that overrides it. It's down here if it's in here. It should be, right? The keyword stuff, yeah. Which one is it? You have guard break, which kind of does it. One character can't defend. Guard break kind of does it. Oh, siege. Siege is what I was looking for. Card may attack back row locations even while front row characters exist. Does not attacking back row characters unless stated. Here, okay, so guard rule, basically you get that if you have any cards in the front row, they can't attack your back row. But if you have no cards in your front row, they can freely attack anything in the back row they want. Money is a shared resource pool per player. Money is used for recruiting characters, playing locations, playing actions, paying costs for abilities, paying reassemble. Money is lost by raid, card effects. Money cannot go below 0. Income stat. Money is printed stat on some cards. During your income phase, gain money equal to the sum of all money on all back row characters you control, plus money from locations. Front row cards never generate money. Destroyed or face down cards generate no money. Income is calculated every turn. No storage. You understand? No storage. Each turn proceeds in order. Start phase, income phase, build phase, combat phase, end phase. During the build phase, you may recruit characters, play locations, play actions, use abilities, move one character between rows. Row movement rule. Once per turn, you may move one non-vehicle character front to back. Movement is free, does not exhaust the card, immediately enables, disables cash. Now, some characters will have move abilities on them too. Declaring attacks. Only front row characters may attack. Each attacker chooses a legal target. Blocking. Only front row characters may block. One blocker per attacker unless stated. Damage resolution. Attack is dealt simultaneously, just like versus. We have attack stat and defense stat. If defense is lower than 0, equal or lower than 0, the card is destroyed. Direct damage and money. There is no player damage by default. Unblocked attacks do not steal money unless a card effect says so. All money loss comes from raid or card text. Here's the thing, bro. I thought I wanted... I was thinking you would steal money. But I guess it makes sense to have raid. I guess I rethought that. It does make sense to have raid. I'm not sure on this. I might rechange this and let you steal money for just direct damage. I'm not totally sure on that. I'm not totally sure I'm locking in on this as it is right here. I think we'll play it like this and then we'll try the other way too, maybe. Okay, keywords. Siege. So Siege lets you pick locations in the back row, even if there's blockers. Raid. Raid, when this card deals combat damage, steal X from the opponent. So it steals money from them in addition when you attack. Raid triggers even if the card is destroyed. Raid triggers even if the attack was blocked. Raid does not bypass guard. The opponent is less than X and steal as much as possible. During your income phase, you may exhaust this card to gain plus 1.1 money, only usable in the back row once per turn. Optimized network is a variation of it. During your income phase, you control 2 more cards with the ability to gain another $1. This card may choose one front row character for guard block that cannot block. Guard break, one cannot block them. Deploy, what does deploy do? Cards under play, you may move one character you control between rows. Oh, that's cool. Reassemble, Linda Bioroids only. When this card is destroyed, you may pay 1 gold. If you do, return to play exhausted in your back row with -1 defense. And that stacks, right? So like you could keep doing that until it would die. Each card may reassemble once. Oh, never mind. You can only do it once. Sure. If defense would be 0 less, it cannot reassemble. So it's 1/1. It can't come back. Vehicles cannot have reassemble. Faction rules summary. It's just like the different types of style. I haven't given these ones names yet. Industrialist is going to be Businessman X. And optimizers are going to be Endless Yoga. They're going to be Endless Yoga. Optimizers will be Endless Yoga. And industrialists are going to be maybe Industrialist X or Tycoon X or Businessman X. I'm not sure what I'm calling him yet, but one of those. It's gonna, he's going to wear, glasses like Char. He's going to wear glasses like Char. The industrialists are going to be Industrialist Tycoon X. Yeah, Tycoon X, yeah. End phase and loss check at the end of each turn. So you can see there's a couple of rules that we might rework, we might change, but this is pretty good, I think, to start with. At the end of each turn, a player has 0 income and no controls, no income generating cards, they lose. Golden design constraints, rule of laws. These are system rules, not suggestions. Vehicles never generate money. Raid never bypasses guard. Optimize never stacks infinitely. Siege does not hit characters by default. Reassemble always costs money. Same nonsense you normally get. And then, it's asking you what I want to work on next. But that's what we got so far. I think it's pretty good. There's a couple things I'm unsure of still, which is saving money per rounds. Right now you don't. And taking money directly. Now, obviously it's lined up the way it is because of the way it works. But if I was going to switch it, I would make direct damage do money, and I would let you save money over turns. I want to try both ways, probably. That's what we got so far. It's all rule base, yeah. You can see how it takes inspiration from a lot of games and makes some of the stuff simpler. Like I know it has to be simple too. It has to be strategic. It has to be simple. And now we'll see in play, like, if it actually works, right? If it's actually fun to play, if it's actually functional in practice or what. I definitely want to have a fair amount of cards with payable actions, because that gives people a reason to not spend all their money, right? Too. To have a pool at the end, to have a pool sometimes. Definitely want a fair amount of abilities and things like that too. Obviously, there are some already. There already are some already. And like you had, what was it? Reassemble. Linda can reassemble. That always costs one. If you don't have that, you can't do that. You can have locations that save money, maybe. Also, digital locations. Oh, like it costs less to bring people out or something. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. Remember, we can make expand. Remember, we're gonna have, if this game is good and enjoyable and we like it, we're definitely gonna make expansions, right? So, some stuff definitely might be down the line. Like I'm thinking the Carl set is down the line. I'm thinking see, I'm thinking Tycoon X is good, but I think later down the line, we do like an upgraded Tycoon X or like Pilot X, and we bring in the Crack Zinger, but not for this set, obviously. I'm thinking later in the future. Right, Tycoon X becomes Pilot X set, a Pilot X Tycoon X set, where we have the Crack Zinger. I think that'd be sick. What's a digital location, Gio? What are you thinking with that? What are you thinking with that? Digital locations. I get the first one. Like characters cost one less to buy or something like that. We definitely do that. Or locations do. I guess you should make it more specific, right? You should be like, Linda cards are one cheaper to buy, or Sweet Ghost is one cheaper to buy. It should be specific to either faction or type of card, probably make it more limited on the power. But yeah, that's a good idea though, yeah. It's a good idea. So that'll be next week. I have the cards already. I mean, honestly, we could try, like, we play it already, but I have to, make cards for Tabletop Simulator and stuff, and then we can. So next week, we'll try it out. Like it says, there are different strategies for the different sets. Sweet Ghost is like, raid, guard break, deploy, secondary. Fragile. Spooky ones have no income. They don't have any cards that generate income, so they have to steal it. They have to steal it to have any. Which I think fits Spooky Ghost, because Spooky Ghost is kind of a deadbeat, right? He's kind of a deadbeat. But then they can also move around a little bit. And then Yokos are going to be optimizing and deploying and moving around and stuff. They're not going to be about raiding or overwhelming. They're going to be about optimizing. And then Industrialist, Siege, Vehicles, which fits, of course, Tycoon X having, like, cool tanks and stuff. I'm not going to bring out the Crack Zinger, though, not until the expansion. Not until the expansion will they have a Crack Zinger. And then Linda Bioroids have reassemble and deploy so they can, like, move around and come back. And the more of them there are, the more money they make. So that's kind of scary, too. They have no siege. They don't siege you. And they're not really going to be about vehicles, either. Like a blockchain or a server somewhere that hosts intelligence, like a phase. Huh. Like a blockchain or a server somewhere that hosts. What are you thinking? Like off the board, like on the side of the board. There's digital space. It's a good idea. It's a good idea. I'm just anything more about it. It's a good idea though. Off like onto the side or something. You have digital space where you can put some stuff. And then what? How do you move? Do they just stay there forever? Are they permanents? How does that work? How do you get rid of them? How do you How does that work? For a digital row? Sure. I think. Well, I'm just thinking of like how you would play it on the table. I think it would make sense to have like a chain on the side, or like a column instead of a row. But right, because you already have 2 rows in front of you. 3 rows would be a bit much. But a column on the side is easier. What I'm thinking. Sure. So how do you get rid of them and stuff like that? Are they just permanents? Or are they temporary? Or they stay for X number of turns or something? I mean, I like the idea. I'm just trying to think what we would put there. Like, obviously, with this setting, it makes sense to have something like that. What else? What do you guys want to do? We could play something or do something. We were talking about, I was trying to pick a fight with the neo-Marxist thing, if I could get anybody mad at me at that. On YouTube, I was hoping, but it doesn't seem like anybody cares. It doesn't seem like I can pick a fight with anybody on these topics. Nobody ever wants to. You're gonna hack them? I'm gonna hack them. I think that would turn into a whole different card game, I think, Gio. I think that would turn into a whole different card game if you have hacking and stuff. Or maybe a big expansion down the line. Maybe a big expansion down the line. Or blow them up. Well, how do you blow them up? Their computer, their software. You blow up the servers? Maybe locations can host software or something. Some of them can. Maybe that's a mechanic we add later. And like you put the software on top of it. Like locations are maybe horizontal, and then you can put the vertical. You can put certain things on it as software. I don't know. I thought about making it so locations could be manned. Like a person could go in a location, but I decided against that for now, at least. It seems like it'll get too complicated and silly. I figure we should just make it really simple first, because like, right? Because we're making a card game, so I got to think like Hearthstone and shit, where it's like we want it to be tactical, but we also want it to be simple, right? I want it to be like more my style tactical, that it's fun, but you do want it simple because that's how we can get it to really catch on, right? And also I'm thinking I want it to look really nice, like cool visually. Like I want to think about like slot machines and all this kind of thing, and try to like rip off some of the like techniques to keep people's eyes on it, because who I'm gonna get to play is probably streamers, right? So my advertising plan for the game is getting all my streamer friends to play it, and then their audience, I want it to look really visually cool, so their audience goes, whoa, that's cool, I want to play that. That's the plan. That'd work. That's what I'm thinking. If I can make it really visually cool, right, impressive and nice looking and enjoyable to look at, and interesting strategically, then I think we'll do good, man. I think we'll do good. And we're advertising directly to streamers, right? I'll talk my streamer friends into playing it. And then we'll do giveaways, we'll do tournaments, we'll do all those things, you know. We can do tournaments, that'd be fun, right? Tournaments and you win cards. We could host tournaments. What else could we do? We could definitely host tournaments. I think that'd be fun by itself. I want to make a couple variants for playing. I want to make 1v1. I want to make a 3-player free-for-all. I want to make a 2v2. And then I want to make a 4-player free-for-all. I want to make like all those modes. So like, I might have to make like slightly different cards to make it all work, right? Like maybe there's 3-player only cards or 4-player only cards or whatever, team only cards. Or maybe I figure out some way cards work differently in teams, whatever it is. But that's the end goal. Will have all those modes. It'll have 1v1, which is the first mode, 3-player free-for-all, which is going to be the hardest to balance. 3-player free-for-all is almost an impossible game to make work, but we'll try. And then 2v2, that's simple enough. 4-player free-for-all. I think 4-player free-for-all I'm going to steal from like, what is it, the Game of Thrones card game, and give some kind of like rotating powers or something like that, keep it interesting. Maybe that's the key for 3-player too, is some kind of rotating power thing that goes like, keeps passing along each turn. Maybe that's the solution. Same card, different text. Take advantage of the digital nature. Same card, different text. Yeah, we could do that. We could do that, maybe. My thing is, I mean, I guess that's true. I guess we might as well just take advantage of the digital nature. But I also want to be able to print them. But I guess we could just print... In the print version, those could just be separate cards, right? It's not actually a problem. So, yeah, I think it's fine, actually. In the print version, those would just be separate. They'll just be their own card. Something you bid for, so you might accidentally over leverage yourself. Yeah, that's a good idea. Bidding for something is a good idea. Yeah. Yeah, that's a great idea. That's a great idea. The power is something you bid for. Yeah, that's a great idea. And then only the payer loses it, I think, right? Like, you have to put up X amount, and only the person actually gets it loses it. Yeah, maybe it happens right after the, that's a good idea. Right after the build phase. So you have to, one, save money for the auction, right? In between the build phase and the combat, we add for multiplayer games, we add a bidding phase where you bid on something. Yeah, it's a good idea. It's a good idea. Because one, if we do it after the build phase, I think after the build phase, because then not everybody will have money in the first place. And you have to think, do I want to save for that? Do I care? Kind of thing. So it can't be a game breaking power, right? It can't be a game breaking power, but it should be something that gives you the edge. Yeah, okay. Maybe like different cards come up for auction. Maybe they shuffle or something like board games do. And there's different cards up for auction each turn. Maybe. Yeah, maybe that's how you balance 3 and 4 player. That's a good idea. Huh. Some kind of auction. In Guild Wars, there's some effect that changes every month that alters how PvP works. Really? In old Guild Wars? In regular Guild Wars? I saw they made a new version of it, Reforged or whatever. I was thinking about playing that. Yeah, okay, so in the rules, the main thing that I might rework, right? And most of it's pretty solid, I think. Most of it's done. The one I might rework is the income thing. Because right now, you get income income reestablishes every turn. And that you don't have a bank. But maybe you do have a bank. That's the thing I gotta decide. Right now, I'm gonna roll with it as it is, with no bank. And you don't get money when you attack raw. You have to have raid or a skill. But I'm also considering you have a bank, but then when people hit you raw, they can attack. When they attack you raw, then you get money. I don't know. I think it's probably cleaner this way. Probably stick with the way I have it now, where you don't have the extra money. That's probably, I'm opening the door to imbalance that way, I think. But I mean, sometimes opening the door to imbalance is fun, though. I haven't done any PvP, but the wiki talks about it. If you know your old account, you're good. Really? What does it do? Huh. Anything else you guys want to talk about real quick? I'm just doing a little short stream. I'm not really planning on doing a long stream. I'm just hanging out for a little bit, I think. And giving you guys updates about the card game and stuff. Giving you updates about the card game and stuff. Anything else you guys want to be updated on, stream related? I wish I had Simps news. I had Simps news. Do not. Wish I had Simps news. For the crypto side, I'm still learning about stuff. But I think if all these 3 tasks come together eventually, right? Like one, I'm working on the cards themselves and the rules, which we got the rules a little bit. Cards. Then I'm also going to build the thing in Godot, right? Then I'm also learning the crypto to back up the store. All 3 things will eventually converge and we'll have a thing. I'm trying to do it in a couple months. I'm trying to see if I can do this whole project in a couple months. Because if I can, then I don't know. I've proven that my theory about AI and stuff too, right? That it can help you like really speed stuff up, and it's not just for these big company people. It's for the little guy too. I need to prove that. I need to prove that with something real. Since news sad, yeah. Because you guys know me, man. I want to prove my ideas. I don't just want to have ideas and be like, oh, look at these ideas. I want to prove they work. And I mean, I've been doing, that's what I've done since I started streaming, right? Is I prove my ideas. Like, I proved that you can, if you want to do something like learn Japanese, you can. I've already proven that, right? I can chalk that one out. You want to learn Japanese as just a dropout retard? You can. Anybody tells you otherwise, dyslexic, mentally disabled, dyslexic. They call that mentally disabled, right? I'm mentally disabled. Well, I was saying the other day, I can say I'm mentally disabled. Like, if people call me things, I can be like, I'm mentally disabled, bro. Because it's true, right? Apparently, dyslexia is a mental disability. Anyway, apparently they say it is. I didn't know that. I mean, not until like last year or something did I know that. They call dyslexia a disability. So I'm disabled. I'm disabled. And I'm neurodivergent. Yeah, true. Yeah, you are. According to their things, yes, you are. I mean, you know me. But yeah, if we want to claim things, yeah. Disabled, I think, is a big claim, though, right? Like, that's kind of crazy to say I'm disabled. They'll think I mean retarded when I say that. I'm mentally disabled. They'll think I mean retarded, right? Even though it's true. What I'm saying is true. I am mentally disabled according to their definitions of things. But I don't mind. I don't have a problem with it. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna, I guess I'm just get back to work on stuff, guys. I'm gonna end the stream and just get back to work on stuff. I appreciate you guys coming by. I'll be back. We'll be back when? Tuesday night? Back Tuesday night? Yeah? Thank you for coming by. Thank you for giving me your time. Appreciate it. I'll do a short stream tomorrow too. I'll do a short stream, and then maybe it'll be longer if we have something to do. Like I don't know, maybe there's a game I feel like playing at the time or something like this. So we'll do. I'll say we will do a short stream at least tomorrow. How about that? We'll at least do a short stream tomorrow. So I'll see you guys tomorrow if you want to come around. Have a good day, guys. Have a good day. Thanks for coming by again. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for listening to me. Thanks for not prejudging. I don't know, man. Thanks for people. I know I made a title that's for the like in your face, but thank you guys for listening, and hope you guys have a good day. Be back tomorrow for another short stream, and then we're back for real Tuesday night with Devil Summoner on the Sega Saturn. We have a Kit Clips video, but I'm gonna save that for either tomorrow or when we do a real stream. I'll just play this. Play this as the insult.